Well, so we're going to give you the latest on the aircraft saga. Reverend Team for Joy is here. Reverend, so what's the latest?
Yeah, thank you, Paul. So regarding the two suspicious flights from Gran Canaria, a matter which has been in the news, we are going to do evidence-based presentation to dispute the false claims by Kwacho Fosu and to show you the actual itinerary and how the movements of the suspected goods, how it took
So Pastor Kochu talked about two scenarios. One plane comes, is faulty. Another plane comes, delivers the parts takes up what was in the first plane, goes away. Another air-made plane comes, develops a fault. Another one comes. And he has showed us videos of the first one. And then the second one, he showed us the tires being repaired. So what do you have?
So let's go to the first one. Air-made flight, N823 AM.
Okay, so that's
the first one. So
N823 AM.
That's the air-made flights, an air ambulance.
Can anyone watching this video also go to the same site
and
get the same information?
FlightAware. Just go to FlightAware. Is a platform globally that tracks the itinerary and the flight activities of every flight. So you can come along with us.
All right, so where are we?
So now we're here, and the air ambulance, air-made flights, N823 AM, first landed from Gran Canaria.
Okay. So this column shows where it came from.
So this is where it came from.
Gran Canaria.
And the time
Kotoka
it took
International Airport.
This is the time it took off from
04:59 a.m. and then landed at 9:02 GMT Kotoka. On what date?
Exactly 20th March.
20th of March. Okay, this conforms with what Felix said anyway.
Absolutely.
All right,
so this is a flight that stayed on for 5 days.
Yes.
Whatever it may probably allegedly waiting for to carry away or bring it.
This is the air ambulance type plane?
This is air ambulance.
Okay, it came here on 20th and stayed for 5 days.
5 days.
Okay.
And then left Kotoka International Airport, 1 a.m. to Gran Canaria and arrived Gran Canaria 5.
So it came from Gran Canaria off the island of Spain.
Yes.
And then left to the same place.
Absolutely.
This is the airmed. Okay.
And this is the airmed. Same airmed, Felix says that was going somewhere and it only arrived in Ghana for a rest stop and developed faults. And the part two...
Felix said it's arrived in Ghana.
It arrived
the document
in Ghana,
says it's arrived in Ghana.
And it developed faults for 5 days.
Felix said it went back to Europe. Is that what I said?
Yes, Felix says that it went back to Europe.
And it did go back to Europe, isn't it?
Absolutely.
All right. Okay.
But he said that it was going somewhere. And then it developed faults, and when it was fixed, it didn't go where he was going, but it went back to Gran Canaria.
So you are suggesting to us that it wasn't going anywhere. It was coming from Gran Canaria to Ghana and going back to Gran Canaria.
Absolutely.
So any suggestion that it was on its way, something is not correct.
And we're going to show you the next part, the next piece of the evidence will be the activity log on the maintenance history of this same air flight to expose Felix on the so-called maintenance, the tie that says had to be replaced, the oil, and everything he said was repaired on this. We will show in the activity log for Ghanaians to see what happened on this.
Okay, so next, what are we seeing?
So the next one, we're going to the airmed flight 864 AM, which supposedly, according to... this is an air ambulance. It's not even supposed to be
the same air ambulance.
Absolutely.
So this is the second one that came.
This is the second one that Kwacho Fosu claims came to bring parts.
Yes,
ties,
he said that.
And goods.
Yeah.
But mind you, it is an air ambulance. It's not supposed to carry cargo.
Okay, let's look at the log first.
Let's look at the itinerary. So,
where's the itinerary?
So 22nd of March.
They're going to pick it up. Can you put the yellow on there? Yeah, there they have it. It's over here.
Yeah.
22nd of March. Yes. Gran Canaria against. That the second plane also came from
Gran Canaria.
Oh, okay. To Kotoka International Airport.
So straight from Gran Canaria to Kotoka International Airport. But
leaving at 1:32 a.m. that time, European time, and then arriving at 5:54 a.m. GMT.
Yes.
Okay.
But you see, the aircraft hub is not in Gran Canaria. So if they really even wanted to bring parts to fix this broken aircraft, they couldn't have brought it from Gran Canaria.
I don't understand that.
You see, every airline has their air hub.
So like British Airways hub is in London?
Absolutely. This airmed, their aircraft hub is in America.
So their home is not Gran Canaria?
No, they don't even have any air hub around, aircraft hub around Gran Canaria or anywhere in Africa.
Okay.
So if they really had something to bring, they would have brought it from USA straight to the spot where they need to deliver that part. But again, so it couldn't have come from Gran Canaria to deliver ties and parts and gear, because I'll even show you the picture of this particular airline and the fact that it doesn't even have cargo compartment. But let's stay on the history.
Okay, there's a photograph here.
Okay, so we'll get back to the history. But this is a photograph. So this is the same as the NA2AM. It's the same.
The same design, but this is not the same plane.
Absolutely. The Med series, the N series, like the NA23AM, they are the same mode.
Yes.
All the N series are the same
So
mode.
what's the point?
So if they had a compartment, a cargo compartment, it would have been here. This is the engine. So the engine would have been shifted this way so that you would have seen a compartment door somewhere here, showing that you can open, just as we have a door here. You would have seen a cargo compartment here where you would open and put those ties and whatever.
So the luggages of the passengers, where did they put it?
So no, so this is not a passenger. This is just for ambulance. So
if somebody is unwell, where do they put the luggage?
So it is just designed to carry patients. So they carry them on the stretcher, and then they put them in here. And so if there's any tie, supposedly...
No, but if there's luggage, passenger luggage, where does it go? Because the patient may go with doctors, nurses, somebody else's luggage.
So there's no compartment. So they'll put it somewhere...
Inside,
yes.
Up so you mean it doesn't take heavy luggage? It cannot take heavy luggage.
It cannot take heavy.
All right, okay.
And so there's no compartment showing here that they put those ties in there. And if Kwacho Fosu claims and maintains that they carry that flight, they carry the ties and the parts inside this aircraft, it's violation of the federal laws. And by this, Kwacho Fosu is indicting the airline, and they can face possible prosecution for violation. Because you're not supposed to carry ties inside, only patients. So let's the point.
Let's go on. Let's see whether you can convince us. This one is 50-50, but let's go on. Okay, what next?
So the next one, there's even suspicion on this same flight. Let's check. From Gran Canaria, comes to Kotoka International Airport, same 22nd March. On that same 22nd March, he leaves Kotoka International Airport to Luanda in Angola.
Just near Luanda?
Yes.
Where is near Luanda?
It's in Angola.
A place called near Luanda?
Yeah, that's how they've configured it.
No, say that again. So the plane that came to Accra
on 22nd,
the same day,
left Kotoka.
That was not part of Kwacho Fosu's briefing.
It wasn't. He said he came. Kwacho Fosu says that he came on 22nd and stayed on the 25th.
That's what he said. Yes. But you are saying that. Are you sure?
Oh yes. So that is what we are saying. So
and anybody can check this.
Anybody can check it. And from there, he came again to. 4 de February.
No, hold on. So Kotoka International Airport, same day, goes to near Luanda. It leaves at 7:26 a.m.
Absolutely.
Last seen is 11:51 a.m.
That's it.
At the near Luanda place.
That's it. From there, the same day, so it did a lot of rounds. And then the same day, it went to 4 de Fevereiro in Angola.
No, is it?
It left, yes.
Where is that?
So,
This is
4 de Fevereiro.
4 is here. 4 de Fevereiro.
Yeah.
And then let's be clear what we are looking at.
So this one. 4 de Fevereiro in Angola.
It's in Angola?
Yes. So it left for the Lanceria. And then from Lanceria, the next day, which is 23rd, left Lanceria to the same 4 de Fevereiro. So you could see the back and forth.
Oh, this is interesting. So from Accra, from Canary Island to Kotoka to near Luanda, to Lanceria and then to 4 de Fevereiro. Same plane.
Absolutely. And from 4 de Fevereiro back to Kotoka on 24th March.
Oh, wow.
All this history contradicts what Kwacho Fosu puts out there. And on 20th...
No, I'm confused. Kwacho Fosu says the plane comes on 20th and it's here till 25th because it developed a fault and then another plane comes. You are suggesting to us that that's untrue.
No, that's not true. And you can play his voice.
Is it time to play his voice yet? Is it time to play it? If it's time to play, let's hear it.
So you can play his voice so that we hear his assertion on the N864.
Whilst it was landing in Ghana, it developed a tire burst and some difficulty with its landing gear, and therefore needed to remain here to be serviced. So another aircraft with registration number N864 arrived on 22nd March with ties and flight engineers from Luanda to replace the damaged ties of the aircraft. Now, once this was fixed, it departed the Kotoka International Airport on 25th March.
It doesn't tell us is that it didn't stay from 20th to 25th.
No,
and when he says it had a technical issue, it may not be true because it moved.
So, Paul, the Airmed 823 AM is the one that, according to Kwache Ofosu, had faults, which arrived on 20th March.
Yes.
And was waiting for this new one to bring parts, which I'm disputing that they couldn't have brought parts because it's not designed for compartment.
That's okay, but the other one that he says stayed and you say it didn't stay.
That's this one, N864. He says that it arrived from Luanda on 22nd March, which is false. It arrived from Gran Canaria on 22nd March.
It didn't arrive from Luanda?
No, not Luanda. It arrived from Gran Canaria, the same Gran Canaria, straight to Kotoka International Airport. It took off 1:32 a.m. from Gran Canaria, arrived at Kotoka 5:44.
And took off again
and
to near Luanda. Same day?
Yes, same day.
The plane that he said had developed faults and couldn't move, you are saying
that is not, that one is still. So there are two of them. The N823 and N823 AM is the one he claims was faulty and was here.
Okay, so that according to your fact, the one that was faulty and was here for 5 days.
One was here for that 5 days.
Yeah, we need to clarify because I was thinking you said it moved.
No, that one was here.
It was here for 5 days. Yes. Okay, which one moved?
So the one that he claims brought cargo, which couldn't have brought cargo because it hasn't have any cargo.
Oh, that's the one you said didn't come from Luanda.
It didn't come from Luanda.
Oh, the second one.
Yes, it came straight from Gran Canaria.
The second one came from Gran Canaria.
It didn't come from Luanda.
Oh,
Gran Canaria.
I see. Okay. And now we are getting it.
And then,
okay, let's clarify. One plane, Airmed, came. He said developed faults and remained here for 5 days.
Yes.
According to your information,
it
did remain for 5 days. So Kwache Ofosu is right on that one.
But he's wrong
then
about...
he says a second one came in from Luanda to bring parts.
Absolutely.
That's the one you are challenging.
That's the one I'm challenging.
That it didn't come from Luanda.
It didn't come from Luanda. It came from Gran Canaria.
Okay.
And then it didn't stay here till the 25th of March that he claimed.
No, the 25th is the first plane.
No, he also claimed that this same one.
The second one also stayed to 25th?
Absolutely. And then that's the movement. So you can see from
But
Gran
you say
Canaria,
that one left Ghana the same day?
It left the same day to Luanda and then back to 4 de Fevereiro, which is another airport in Angola, and then to Lanseria the next day, which is 23rd March, from Lanseria back to de Fevereiro, and then to Kotoka International Airport. It came here 23rd March again.
So it came here twice?
Came here twice.
The same plane?
The same plane came here twice.
In a matter of 3-4 days?
Absolutely. And then stayed here, and then the same 24, on the next day, 24th, it left to Gran Canaria.
This is interesting. So the second plane that the Felix Kwache Ofosu says came and delivered parts and left on the 25th did not. It came here. You don't know whether it delivered parts or not. You are challenging
whatever it brought. Paul, whatever Kwache Ofosu claims it brought couldn't have been ties. That also calls for interrogation. Whatever he claims it brought couldn't have been ties.
Couldn't have been spare parts.
Couldn't have been parts. And there's going to be a second part which will follow shortly, which is going to detail the maintenance history. We call it activity log. We're going to display that also to dispute the so-called faults that he claimed were on the N823. We will open it up just like we have opened. And we'll
so you can see the maintenance culture.
And we will see.
And if you see that there was no maintenance in Accra, then we are in trouble.
We will fact check it according to the faults that he
so where we are, what Felix Kwache Ofosu has to answer is that we are finding out that the second plane that came, perhaps came to Ghana, left Ghana, and came back to Ghana. And when left Ghana, went to Luanda and went to Lanseria and went to 4 de Fevereiro
and then came back to Kotoka.
Wow.
And then from Kotoka, it went to Gran Canaria.
And then the other one,